Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're doing something pretty amazing. We are setting up a fascinating conceptual dialogue that literally bridges thousands of years of human history. Just imagine, for a second, a profound conversation happening between a 2,000-year-old ancient sage and a modern organizational psychologist. We're going to explore the hidden mechanics of human drive, like why do we actually work? Why do we sometimes slack off? And how can we truly unlock our ultimate potential? By bringing together ancient texts and cutting-edge behavioral science, we're going to decode what we call the motivation matrix.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, we'll be walking through the human drive, master versus worker, the burnout cycle, positive tension, universal applications, and finally, the ultimate purpose.
Section 1. The human drive.
So, at the very core of our existence is a natural survival mechanism. We conserve energy. This built-in friction leads to that ultimate universal question, well, what's in it for me? To really understand this, we're going to turn to a profound piece of ancient wisdom. The Mishnah, in Pirkei Avot, quotes the ancient sage Rabbi Tarfon, who said, "The day is short, the work is much, the workers are lazy, the reward is great, and the master of the house presses." Now, it's absolutely crucial to realize this isn't a moral condemnation of humanity. It's actually an incredibly accurate psychological observation that applies beautifully to literally every culture, belief system, and age group. Human beings default to saving energy when they feel disconnected from the final goal. Think about it. If we truly internalize the greatness of the reward, we'd never waste a single second. But we usually don't, so our natural state is just to hold back.
Moving on to Section 2. Master versus worker.
And this brilliantly brings that ancient text right into the stark reality of our modern economy. Let's look at the contrast. The master or the business owner sees the bottom line. They understand the direct financial profit of every single task, so they're deeply invested, right? Pouring 100% of their energy into the work. But the worker is at the total opposite end of the spectrum. Earning a fixed monthly salary that doesn't directly increase when the business succeeds, they naturally lack that deep driving motive. Subconsciously, they're always asking, what's in it for me? And often end up doing just the minimum required, simply to avoid getting fired. Modern behavioral science actually quantifies this reality, and it creates what we call a massive motivation gap. As you'll see, the master operates on an 80% drive fueled by pure ownership, while the worker operates on a mere 20% drive, which is really just fueled by compliance. When an individual doesn't reap the direct rewards of their extra effort, human motivation just drastically shrinks. And again, it's not malice, it's literally just human nature. Section 3. The burnout cycle.
Let's walk through exactly how this snowball effect happens in real time. Step 1. The worker feels disconnected or maybe even exploited by the huge gap between their fixed wage and the boss's high standard of living. Step 2, their motivation naturally drops. Step 3, the boss sees productivity dip and reacts by applying intense pressure. And Step 4, this results in total alienation and the quality of work just crashes. You know, the ancient texts spoke of a divine master whose pressure comes from a place of love, perfectly knowing our human limits. But a human boss, pushing purely for personal profit, that just creates a toxic, miserable cycle of burnout that helps absolutely no one.
Section 4. Positive tension.
So, how do we fix it? The answer is a concept psychologists call positive tension. This is the psychological sweet spot created by unpredictable rewards and highly respectful management. Decreasing harsh, punitive management and actively increasing your team's quality of life is the absolute foundation for balancing both extrinsic and intrinsic motivation. And the best part? It does it without causing burnout. Recent research in organizational psychology gives us some incredible, actionable solutions to actually transform a worker mindset into a master mindset. First up, goal-based rewards. Imagine telling an employee, hey, finish these tasks flawlessly by 2 p.m. and you can go home early with full pay. Efficiency skyrockets. Second is profit sharing, using bonuses and equity to create a true sense of partnership. And third, which is maybe the most important, the element of surprise. Here is a crazy, surprising fact from recent studies. Even predictably high salaries eventually become taken for granted. The human brain adapts, and that ancient laziness, that conservation of energy, creeps right back in. Scientifically, surprise is the key to sustained motivation. Distributing random, unpredictable benefits creates that positive tension we talked about, and it keeps the human brain genuinely excited and engaged over the long haul. Section 5. Universal applications. Let's broaden the scope here, because these archetypes exist all across the fabric of our society, way beyond the boardroom. In the workplace, sure, it's employer and employee. But at home, it's parent and child. In the classroom, it's teacher and student. Parents educating their kids and educators teaching their classes absolutely must realize they are in the master role. If you just demand compliance from a child or a student without offering positive tension, genuine respect, and a meaningful connection, you're going to get alienation. From a sociological view, whether you're raising a child, teaching a class, or trying to build a better, healthier society, positive tension works infinitely better than sheer pressure. And finally, Section 6, the ultimate purpose. Bringing our ancient sage and our modern psychologist together one last time, we really have to ask the big question. How do we build a sense of deep meaning and mission that goes way beyond just material bonuses? External rewards are great, for sure, but how do we get someone to wake up burning with a genuine internal desire to contribute? Well, the answer lies in another profound quote from the Mishnah. It is not upon you to finish the work, but neither are you free to desist from it. Let's translate its immense universal value for anyone living today. A truly smart leader, a smart master, doesn't make you feel like you have to carry the weight of the entire world on your shoulders. You don't have to finish it all. But through deep respect and smart motivation, they build an internal commitment so incredibly strong within you that you would never even consider quitting.
And that right there is internal commitment, finding your meaning. You don't have to do it all, but you absolutely must do your part. True motivation, the kind that literally changes the world, beautifully blends the smart psychological rewards of the modern world with the deep purpose-driven mission of the ancient world. It bridges that massive gap between what we get and who we really are.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to carry with you. What is the work that you are uniquely positioned to contribute to today? And whether you are an employee, a parent, or a student, how will you stop waiting for external pressure and finally step fully into the mindset of the master? Think about that as you go through your day. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this ancient wisdom helps unlock your modern potential.